nicest people, our deals are #1. You'll love Dave's, Minnesota and Med City. We make shopping for your pet. Fun, 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 fun.
We're filming. Oh. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Dave's Pet Show. I'm standing here with young Matthew.
Hello.
Hello, young Matthew.
Hello, Dave.
Where you been lately?
Where I've been? Away to tropical ports and beautiful places.
Yeah.
Farther south. We went down to Tampa. Actually,
Yeah.
I will jump in here.
Did you go to the fish farms?
We passed one of them.
Yeah.
I did step in. Very cool. If you ever are down in Florida, some of these fish farms are doing really cool things. They actually have, they have their irrigation ponds, and what they do with the water that I learned is when they change out a lot of it, they're using that. They usually have second businesses growing strawberries. They're using the water from the water from the ponds that's used going in to fertilize the strawberries. So you're getting organic fish and you're getting organic fruit. So it's basically recycling everything into a second little business.
How cool.
Very cool, very cool. Best strawberries I've had. They were huge.
Did you go to any of our wholesalers this time?
We passed through one very quickly.
Yeah,
it was a quick one, but like I said, it was just from what we saw there, the way they're doing the growth, I thought it was really cool.
Very cool.
We took a trip to Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to see a really nice zoo that deals with a lot of conservation, step through there. Deal. Amazing sights, tigers, lions, even some amazing fish.
Do we sell those?
Not yet.
Lionfish?
Lionfish, yeah, but real lions and stuff like that.
Right. So anyway,
yet, but anyway,
let's talk about, this is the height of pond season, and we can't keep stuff in stock, right?
Exactly, as you can see.
And you are, as I look around and I see all Laguna stuff.
Laguna, yes.
It's your favorite?
Works really easy to use,
Yep.
reliable, a lot of power on the pumps.
Yeah.
Everything is interchangeable as well. So for example, you could use, even if it's a bigger pump, because they have different sizes of...
Hey Mike, you might as well do something else for a few minutes. Okay.
Just had to let him know. We were about to get run over by a very large pallet. Hey Mike.
It was a safety issue, folks.
Yeah, that was, we were about to die there. But anyway, as I was saying, these all have different adapters.
And Matt would have got hit first.
I would have taken the brunt of it. That guy's big dog would have come and saved me though. But anyway, these are all interchangeable, so you can modularize.
So what are they? I don't know anything
What are
about
these?
them.
Okay, we'll start right here.
Yes.
This is a pump. That's basically the heart of your system.
This is if I'm digging my own.
That's as if you're digging your own pond and you want to, it'll work in any pond. You can use it in a preformed or a dugout pond.
Yeah.
This simply drives the water, and water is drawn in, pulled in through these grates right here, and then it's pushed back out through the hose. Then you can connect this onto your different types of filters. This is a canister filter that sits on land. You can hide that behind, make a waterfall out of it. And then you also have diversions, so you can pump water through, make a fountain.
Make a fountain. So can this sit in the middle of the pond?
It can go right underwater. It goes
it's
completely submersible. This is also, you can actually connect a pre-filter. You have adaptions that you can connect a filter to draw water through a sponge beforehand.
Right.
And you can drive about 5 different things on this.
Oh, this is a big mother.
This is a big one. This one is actually a fairly mid-sized one. This one is a 500 gallon per hour. Or
I don't know, so what does that mean?
Gallon per hour is how much water is 1,500 gallons per hour that goes through it. So basically, if you were to set this in a bucket of water, it would pump, and you had a big tub next to it, it would take an hour for it to pump 1,500 gallons.
So do they make your life easy and say if your pond is...
Yes, exactly.
They do.
They do. This is your charts right here, but you can't see it right here, but it has all the charts that you need, and the height, because remember, some people like to go up waterfalls. Rule of thumb is if you have a high waterfall or you're moving a lot of
so this tells you how big your pond is.
This tells you how.
Because in the old days, they didn't do this, so now at least
it would stall halfway up. This one you're getting, the bigger the number, the more powerful the water is going to move, the more water movement you're going to have per hour.
All right, so I got this. So I dug my own pond, or I didn't do it, I had my wife do it.
There you go.
Because she's way stronger than I am. And it's 3 feet deep, right? Because that's a rule.
3 feet, yep. 3 feet is rule because that's below the frost line that you can keep the fish out year round.
Right. I got my pump. I got my filter. What's inside? Everything's inside?
Everything is inside. This is a canister filter, which you have all your media. You have your sponges.
You have a little TV in there,
yeah,
little
exactly.
iPod.
Little iPod. You got a studio apartment, everything. You can live in there comfortably. It's bigger than my first apartment. But everything you need to filter the pond, all the necessary media forms in there. Water is pushed through your pump right here. And then this one is a handy tool right here. You can actually clean it without tearing the whole thing down. This is a backwash valve on that.
Yeah.
So to clean your filter, you just pull the valve here.
Mike, you have a call on line 7. Mike's
Yep.
line 7.
Busy guy today.
Yeah,
Wow.
Mike's really busy.
Mike is getting
He's
in
getting
the direction.
unburied from a pallet.
Okay, you can just drain, and this will pressure will just pull all the leftover sludge out of the pond, so you can clean it in about 30 seconds.
Oh.
So instead of tearing it down and hose
And how often
everything,
do you have to do this? More probably at the
more
beginning
in
of
the
the year?
beginning of the year because there's a lot of pollen
Yeah.
outside right now, and there's a lot of, you're getting changing temperatures, and these are a busy place today. We're getting a lot of changes, so you're going to get a lot of algae forming and a lot of stuff settling in the pond. So the first few weeks, you know, every couple days, just do a quick little dredge on that.
Right.
As it progresses and it cycles
Right.
in, you do it less often.
Now,
Now,
where?
oh
Yeah,
yes,
where's the, yes.
this actually
Let's
is
talk about that.
Okay, this
How do
also,
we keep them bad bacteria out of our lives?
How do we keep the bad algae and the heavy stuff that turns the water green? Okay, this thing right here is
Yeah.
a great tool because it has a built-in ultraviolet sterilizer. Everyone comes
This
in.
is new.
This is, yeah, we've had this before last year. This is the second year carrying this,
Oh,
but
wow.
it's nice because it has everything and it's simple to use. UV sterilizer. He's always thinking,
Simple minds.
Simple minds for simple people.
Simple life.
There
Right.
we go. All right, this here, UV sterilizers are actually a light bulb that burns the algae spores. Algae, if you ever look at green water, algae are actually a free swimming plant almost, plant cell.
Yep.
And what happens is, as the water is pumped through this light, it's exposed to the bulb and it actually burns the algae. So
Yeah.
as it progresses, you're getting less and less spore and it's going to clarify your water. This is the way to really clear your water. We have a lot of chemicals that you can
Right.
put in, but you're
Every-
constantly, every week, you're going to
Right.
be dosing, and that gets expensive. The initial outlay right here, you might pay a little more at first for this, but
Yep.
it's the end all. You won't ever, you'll set it and go.
Yep.
Direct. Remember our old pond in the
Yeah,
old
yeah,
store?
yeah.
We ran one of these in. It was crystal clear all year round.
Yeah.
That was in direct sunlight too.
Yep. So, how often do you have to change the light bulb?
The
and what's-
light bulbs are every 12 months of running time. A lot of people will
Oh.
shut the,
Yeah.
yes,
That
a
could
lot
be
of
2 or
people,
3 years.
You can get about 3 years on it, but a lot of people
Yeah.
will shut the bulb down off season.
Yeah.
They'll shut things, so you can go about 3 years and then you change your bulb. After a while, the filaments wear out and you don't get as much effectiveness. So every 12 months of running time, switch your bulb out. And it's just a matter of opening the sleeves, pulling out the bulb, sliding another one, and closing the
That's
top.
it.
That's
Wow,
it.
This is so easy.
Simple. It's simple, easy equipment to use.
Right. Now let's talk a little bit. Let's move over just a touch. Talk about what you have feeding your fishies.
Okay, fish food. Let me just grab something real quick right here.
This is for large fish.
Large fish or lots of fish.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people ask why there are different types of fish food. This is the fish food that you feed. Okay, we'll leave it there. All right, I'm cheesing him. This is the food when you have lower temperature. Would you put it down? This is the food for lower temperature as the fish are coming out of hibernation or slow metabolism or going into it. As their metabolism is slower, they need to digest easier. Once you get into warmer temperature, you need more of the heavy proteins, the heavy stuff to help build up their
Because they can't digest it when it's cold.
Right.
It's that simple.
Once you get up into
Yeah.
the warmer temperature, the metabolism is quicker, so you're going to need more of a vitamin, heavier, mass-producing
They move
food.
more in
Right.
it, right.
You need something that's going to replace the energy most. So you
Right.
go up to this type of food.
Right.
Fall, then you switch back. So different types of food for different parts of the year.
Yep. And I don't care if you have a goldfish or a koi or whatever,
Yeah.
they both eat the same stuff, right?
They eat the same stuff. Goldfish or koi will take the same
Yep.
type of food. Same
Okay.
type, same family, same metabolism.
Well, Matthew, we'd really like to thank you for stopping by today
Thank
and
you.
being a guest on our show and
Wow.
informing us so much about that. What did you say?
Yes. Before we go anyway, May 22nd in the Hadley store at 6:30 p.m. there is going to be a pond workshop.
Oh, right.
Yes, we are going to be explaining what type of equipment to use, how to open a pond, how to maintain a pond, and the different types of fish that you can use in there.
Yep.
It's a lot of
Is
fun.
Ed going to be there?
Ed will be there.
And Patty's gonna be there?
Patty's going to be there. It's going to be very informative, actually nice night
Open
out.
bar?
We're working on that.
Yeah,
We're
all right.
working on that.
Okay. All right, folks. We'll see you up in Actually, Eddie's the guy who we always have who has the fish, and Patty Heckman is
One of our
best
sales reps.
but she knows
She's
everything.
a guru on this type of stuff. If
Right.
you have a question, ask her. She will give you the answer.
Right. So that'll be fun. So anyway, we have a special treat We have a new sucker that's coming on the show. She's petrified already.
She's hiding.
Don't go
over there.
away, folks. This should be fun.
Dave Soda, Pet Food City, yeah.
Well, this is a very busy place. So anyway, folks, we are back, and I'm standing here with one of my favorite reps. This is Lori, who is with a company called Fromm. Now, Fromm is a very old company. They've been around forever.
We've been around since 1904.
Since 1904, and they are a family-run company. And they own, where are they, Minnesota?
We're in Mequon, Wisconsin.
I was close.
You were close.
Same part of the world,
Right.
right? And I've met the owners of the company, who are about as wacky as you could ever imagine. Am I right?
Great
can't say
family.
anything.
I
Great
can't
family.
say anything. Great family. We're
Right.
fifth generation.
Right. Is it really fifth generation?
Fifth generation.
Guys don't,
Yep.
Right. Because I wanted them to make food for us, because I really like them. But
Yep.
they're full to capacity.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
Although they're opening new, are they not?
We opened a new plant in Columbus, Wisconsin last
Yep,
year.
Yep.
So, but we are fifth generation.
Yep.
The owner right now, current owner, is Tom Neiman.
Yep.
He inherited from his grandmother, Betty, who still works in the company.
She does.
Yes, she does.
Okay.
And Tom's wife works in the company. And
Yep.
fifth generation, the two boys.
Yeah, the two boys. I met the boys.
One
Yep.
is in creative design, who
Yep.
comes out with all our great packaging and all our advertising.
Yep.
And the other one works in the manufacturing plant.
Yep. Very
So
cool.
it's a very hands-on company, and the family is there every day and knows what goes on.
Right. So one of the formulas that we've been selling forever is this one, and what I would like very much is why is this food better than all other foods, Miss Lori?
Well, it's the quality of our food.
Yeah.
It's the testing of our food and the way we prepare our food. You could have two chefs with the same ingredients.
Yes.
They're going to come out with a different form.
Correct.
It's got a different taste. It's the way
Correct.
we prepare it. It's our palatability and our digestibility.
Okay.
There's absolutely nothing from China in our product. Everything
How about
is.
your vitamins and minerals?
Our vitamins and minerals are not from China either. Scotland and Germany.
You know what? Though the German ones, they still come from China. I found that out.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
we still claim that
Yeah.
as far as we know, nothing
Yeah.
is
They
from China.
mix them in Germany at that company, because I want to do that for mine.
Well, I'm going to have to look into that.
Look
I
into
will
it.
talk to our nutritionist
Look
about
into
that.
it. Right. Right.
Because we do, that is our claim that we are not. And we're North American products, North American
Yep.
suppliers, except for the New Zealand lamb.
Yes, of course.
So,
Right.
so it's the quality of the food, it's how you prepare it, and the dogs love it. Digestibility runs in the full line roughly
Right.
from
So
92
let me
to 98%.
let me read the ingredients you have. And this particular one,
Mm-hmm.
this is a very cool formula. This is duck, chicken meal, chicken, brown rice, pearl barley. So tell me why there's different kinds of proteins in here.
Because this is in life stage, for the different life stages of the dogs, we have
Yeah.
the puppy, large breed, adult, large.
Right.
We believe in the mixture. We
Yep.
let them pick between all of them,
Yep.
and it just makes a great combination.
Right. So oftentimes, folks, while she's standing here, if you see you see chicken or duck, the first ingredient, as opposed to duck meal, even though it looks great on the label, it's because there's so much water in it, it's listed first, and it doesn't really mean that there's a ton of it in there. But what these guys do, because they're honest, is they have duck first, then there's the chicken meal, then there's chicken. So 3 of the top ingredients are either meal or meat, which means there is a considerable amount of real meat in the
there.
food,
Yes.
right? Did I say that correctly?
Yes,
that
you did,
some of
of
the
course.
companies lie?
I would never say that.
Right. It's all in the wording.
We're a
right?
very transparent company ourselves. You have any questions with Fromm, all you have to do is call
Yep.
up our 800 number.
Yep.
Trish was one of our customer service people.
Yep.
She will answer any questions she has, that she can. If
Yep.
she can't, she will pass you on to
Yep.
Dana, our nutritionist.
Right. So you know what else I want to talk about, because with all the stuff that's going on with the recall, is this the grain-free one?
This is our grain-free. This is one of our grain-frees. This is our premium food. It's the 4-star line. This is the beef frittata. This is also very good for dogs with celiac disease because it's a gluten-free product.
Yep.
We have
well, the other one's gluten-free.
they're grain-free.
Grain-free.
This is the gluten-free one.
Okay.
So this also has a pork cartilage instead of a chicken cartilage for the glucosamine and chondroitin.
Yep.
And we use a salmon oil in it instead of chicken fat.
Yes.
So this is a great one for dogs that have different allergies.
Right. And salmon oil is great for older dogs too because it helps lubricate the joints, right?
Yep.
Huh?
You're
Impressed?
very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
not
So
your
tell
first
me
rodeo.
about, no, this is not. So this one is beef, peas, whole dried egg, potatoes, pea protein, pork meat meal. So this one they use,
Whole fruits and vegetables in this
Yeah.
one, in the 4-star line.
Yeah.
And this is an all life stage. And actually we do use whole fruits and vegetables. We're on the same delivery truck from the produce market that goes to the grocery stores. So
Yep.
if you were to walk into our factory, you're going to see whole fruits and grains all there. I mean the whole fruits and
right,
vegetables.
not even freeze-dried, whole
No,
fresh
it's
ones.
all fresh ones like a supermarket.
Right.
So that's the difference in the 4-star line is it's
Right.
a single protein
Yep.
and fruits and vegetables, and we try to use as much as we can from Wisconsin.
So now if your dog has food allergies, this would be the one because it's
That
a
would be
single
the-
protein
yes,
source,
that
correct?
would be the best one. And if you have a dog with a weight issue,
Yep.
you would want to put him on the whitefish because it's a lower fat, lower protein.
Okay.
So that's the one that we use for
And
weight.
is it a lower carb? Now I noticed this one uses a lot of peas, so there's a lower glycemic index
Mm-hmm.
also for the dogs with diabetes and stuff, but which one would that be?
Now you caught me on this one. Thanks.
Well, right, so
Right.
glycemic,
Yep.
if you have, a lot of dogs have diabetes.
Yes.
So you know how diabetes works, obviously, so you want a food with a lower glycemic index.
Right.
So I noticed that they used peas.
Mm-hmm.
Peas have a much lower glycemic index than potatoes. Potatoes turn right to carbs.
Right.
Right, I mean right to sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this one is good. This is a very cool name, beef frittata.
Frittata. Yes.
Right, and so with the business with this recall and stuff, you have to say there, but for the grace of God go I, because no one wanted anything on purpose. This is
Right.
costing them zillions and zillions of dollars. And the part that I don't understand actually, since this is our first, if you don't know it, there was a plant in South Carolina that made food for about 20 million different manufacturers. I guess I'll take this time to explain this. In the whole country, there might be 15 dry food plants.
Yeah, maybe that many. It
Maybe
might
that
be even
many.
less.
So that means, I don't care if you're using making Fromm's or you're making Wellness or you're making Old Roy or you're making Kirkland or you're making whatever, from the high to the low, there's like maybe 12 to 15 plants that make all these foods. So what happens is, a place like Fromm's, because you do private labeling for
We
other-
do private
Right,
labeling.
so a place like Fromm's, I would go to Fromm's, who is a manufacturer, and saying, help me come up with a formula. So Fromm's would run my formula. They'd then dismember all the machinery
Right.
after running my formula, clean all the machines, and then run Bob's dog food or Fromm's dog food. But they're
Right.
all made in the same plant. So what happened is, and this is the part I don't get, what happened is in this one plant in South Carolina, there was some salmonella, right? But the part that I don't get is the other brands that use them to manufacture it, they test their food and the food tested negative.
Right.
Why would you make them pull it off the shelf? I don't get it.
Precautionary,
But
just
it
to be on the
tested.
safe
They
side.
tested it.
We double test.
Yeah.
When the ingredients come in, we use a independent lab, plus we use our own lab. And
Yep.
before we release any of our food, we
Yep.
double test again. We don't take just the word on a single
Right.
to be on the safe side. And by the way, Fromm has never ever been involved in a
Don't
recall.
ever say that.
So far, since
Don't ever say
we
it.
have, I'm saying
I
we
know,
have
I'm
never.
just saying, put your foot, one
No,
foot
I
up
know.
in the, right.
We
don't.
have been very
Yep.
extremely fortunate
Yep.
and not been
Right,
involved
because
in
no
one.
one wants to do this on purpose.
No. But
So like my guys, the guys who make my food, they make a batch of my dry food, they hold it for 10 days.
Right.
Before they'll ship it. Even if I'm out screaming, I need it, whatever, they hold it because they have to do,
all their testing.
they do all the testing
Right.
to make sure it's fine. But the part, again, that I don't understand is, Wellness and Canada, they do their own testing too after the food is made. So I don't understand why they had to recall those formulas.
But
that
it was
were
a
made in
it was a voluntary recall.
Yeah, but
I think it was just
I
maybe
know.
just playing it safe and to make sure that you don't want to get anyone sick.
Then you know what, you got to
you don't want to get anyone sick.
Then you know what? You got to give the brands a lot of credit.
I certainly do, that they would take the chance and pull it
right,
on their own.
Right. No one made them do it.
I think it's great that they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, so you know what, folks? Not all companies are out to...
oh, they're not out to hurt anyone, or they're not just to make the money, no.
Right.
They want to make sure that the dogs are fed well, the dogs and cats are fed well, and that they're safe. And by doing a voluntary recall, I mean, they really stepped up to the plate, and they're taking their shots at this and their beatings.
And just so consumers, because you know, some of the people, I've gotten all these emails and phone, you know, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Some of the customers are unfair, so they're blaming, you know, they're blaming like a candidate, or they're blaming a what, you know. They didn't do this on purpose, and they put these testing methods in there. They voluntarily recalled it, even though they tested negative.
Right.
You can't get angry at that. You got to say, I'm happy I'm using a brand that will take this hit.
Yes, yes. And it's going to affect them for some time to come.
It's going to affect them.
And they were willing to take the hit.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah. So, getting back to Fromm,
Yes.
if you had just a normal regular old dog, what would you feed your normal regular old dog?
I would be looking at the pricing. If it's just a normal, regular, healthy dog, if you can afford, if you want to do a life stage, you would go with your gold formula.
Yep, that's the first one we had,
That's
right?
the first one. That is
That's the gold, the adult, right?
If you wanted to do your breeder, your small breeder, your puppy, you wanted to go that route. If you want to go with the premium food, with the fruits and vegetables, you would go with the 4-star.
Yep.
And we actually have one called a Classic down here.
That's the first one that you
That
ever
is
had.
based on our original formula. It's
Right.
just a chicken. It's a no frills. It's great.
Yep,
But once
reasonably priced.
Right, and once you get into the Fromm family, you can switch. You can feed the duck in the morning. You can feed the gold at night. Feed the Classic the next day, with no rotation, no transitioning.
Right, right. So that means
so
you can switch. Right, so that's a big deal. The dogs aren't going to get diarrhea.
They're not going to get. No, if you have a normal, healthy dog, you can be jumping all over the place. That's what all the family members do.
Yeah, I just want to check with. Pardon me? All right. Okay. So, and now you also make cans.
We make cans. Our
and
gold
you make
cans.
some. You make some.
All our cans are grain free.
Yep.
We have
from
gold.
chicken pate. And what else we got? Duck and chicken.
Yep.
Now you know
and
what's
a salmon
interesting?
and chicken.
And I noticed that they're pates. Dog. They did a study. Most animals like pate better than chunks. Did you know that?
Well, we also make a shred in the 4-star line.
Right. Right, right. And these are also made right here. Everything
Yes,
is
they're
here.
made in the U.S.
Yes, because the guys who make mine make yours.
Oh.
So there, put that in your pipe and smoke it. So anyway, folks, again, this is one of my absolute favorite brands. They make grain-free. They make something for every budget.
We make something for every budget.
Right. So here's the important part. They not only make something for every budget, but since their name is on there, they won't make something that's not a good food. So that's a big deal as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
And again, if you ever do have a problem, they're there. I mean, I'm not going to say you won't, but they're there to answer
Any
questions.
questions,
and stuff.
we're there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very good.
That's really digestible. It'll make the dog feel really.
This is, yes, this is, Joe just asked, this is really digestible.
Up to 98% digestibility.
So what does that mean? Let's keep rolling here, folks. What does that mean?
That means that they're going to digest the food, you're going to have less waste, they're not going to be as hungry, it's a balanced meal. So when you're going into a more premium food, you're going to feed less.
Right.
So even though you're saying, oh my God, the price is this much compared to what I'm paying now, you're not buying as much food because he's digesting it.
Right. So now, correct me if I'm wrong. What makes one food better than another is how digestible is the food.
Yes, that, the quality,
right?
And the
Because you can
preparation.
look at 2 bags of food with the same looking labels, but if you're using a high quality chicken meal or duck, whatever, and someone else is using a low quality, high ash chicken meal, yours is going to be way more digestible, even though it says the same product on the label. What am I talking about? Steak. Right?
Right.
You can pay $3.99 up to $100 a pound for steak, right?
Yep.
It's a whole different ball game. So when they say how digestible is, that means you guys have done studies to say that when a dog eats Fromm's food, it's going to digest X amount of food, right?
Right.
Which means, in real terms, folks, small stools, easy digestion, right?
Yes.
And your cost per feeding is going to be less than what it would be if you bought many times a less expensive food.
Correct.
Right? So
Yes.
we did good, huh?
We did
This
good.
This wasn't so bad, was it?
Not too bad.
This is your first time on TV?
Yes.
It is? Go easy on her, folks. Go easy, go easy, go easy. So do we have some time? We got time for Sandy and me to talk about
About 2 minutes.
I got about, well, since I only have 2 minutes,
Oh.
so here's another, we'll finish this out. Here's another reason why I like Fromm's. Fromm's has kept their words and not sold box stores.
No. For generations now, they have a loyalty to the independent stores
Right.
because stores like yourself, you're the one that's going to explain to the customers about the food. We just don't want our food being sold. We want people to understand it
Yep.
and know what they're doing and why they're buying this food. And it's independent stores like yourself.
Right.
And Fromm has a loyalty to you. And
Right.
since we're into our 5th generation,
Right.
we have plenty more generations to come.
Yeah, so that's I mean, for guys like us, that's a big deal because if you walk into the store and you see this, you're going to look at it. Someone needs to explain to you
Yes.
why is it, right, why do I need this food?
And
Which is-
really, we don't want it just being sold that way. We're not into just the money. We're into making
Right.
sure that the pet owner and the pet is getting the best possible.
Can I get one of those shirts? I like your shirts, your Fromm shirts.
I can get you
Can I
one.
get purple?
I'll get you one.
So what else is on tap for? Have you seen a big upswing since this latest recall?
Yes, we have. We've been
Mostly
having
with the grain-free, right?
Yes, a lot of calls coming in, and most of the people are concerned about if it's family-owned and how small we are.
Question.
Yes.
I think this grain-free whole thing is way overblown. It doesn't make sense. What is your opinion?
As you know, foods go in waves,
Correct.
and
Waves of popularity.
rise of popularity, and we're going along because we do believe in the grain-frees also, because some
Also.
some
Right.
dogs do need it, some dogs and cats.
Right,
So we want to make sure that we're supplying what the people need.
right, and want.
Yes.
But nutritionally, do you really believe that your grain-free is any better than your non-grain-free?
Any better? No, it's a different category.
Right,
Right.
right. So sometimes when you come in, you say something is grain-free, so it has to be better?
No. No. It's on your needs. It's based on your needs.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right. Because really, is a good whole grain any better than potato or tapioca?
No, I don't think so.
Tapioca's pretty, with some whipped cream on
Yeah.
it.
But then I'm not a nutritionist, so.
Right, correct, 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 correct. So that's a big deal. So now time's up. Thank you very much for coming with us, Lori.
Thank you very much, Dave.
It was good. So we're going to be on
Okay.
TV.
Oh, no.
You can tell all your friends and family. So don't go away, folks. I mean, you can go away now, right? You can go to the bathroom. You can go grab something to eat. Go get a beer, whatever. Although it's in the morning. Go buy some Fromm's food.
Come
See
to
you next
Dave's and
week.
buy some Fromm. Thank you.
Hey! Yaha! Hi, fellas. What's up?